There's something about autumn in Helsinki. The way the sun casts this soft golden hue over everything, making the red and orange leaves shimmer like a final salute before they fall. Even though summer lingered longer this year, it seems no one is truly ready to let it go. I guess it's human nature to cling to the past, to yearn for what once was, even when life insists on moving forward. It's been 9 years, 1 month, and 1 full week since I arrived here. Back then, I was a hopeless romantic, head in the clouds, daydreaming about love, marriage before 30, 3 kids before 35, working as a corporate employee. Now, at 32 years old, single, kidless, working the second job to support my living as I navigate my entrepreneurial path. I guess I can say I'm still romantic deep down, just less hopeless, a little wiser, a lot more real and conscious. Funny how life unfolds in such an unexpected way sometimes, right? You know what else is funny? Change. We crave it, long for it, and yet, when it stares us in the face, we flinch. We talk about wanting something new, something better, but deep down, we cling to what we know. Even if what we know keeps us stuck, even if staying the same means staying in pain. How long, I wonder, does it take for a person to realize that the very thing they're gripping so tightly to is what's dragging them down? How long before they understand that the comfort of familiarity is a slow trap? It lures you into a sense of safety while quietly keeping you stuck. Probably not until the pain of staying the same feels heavier than the fear of change. I remember the exact moment my scale tipped. It was 5 a.m. on a chilly autumn day. I was on a bus home from the hospital, quietly gazing at the leaves falling, just like I had this morning. I had just gotten 8 stitches in my knee from falling on a piece of glass after a night of heavy drinking. Unfortunately, that wasn't the first time I ended up in a hospital because of alcohol. But that particular autumn morning of 2020, something was different. And there I was, numb, exhausted, a mixture of self-pity and self-hate swirling around inside me. My mind, God, it was loud, chaotic. I was drowning in a storm of negative thoughts, repeating over and over how much I hated how I put myself here. I remember in the middle of all that noise, there was a question that sliced through all of my bullshit like a sharp knife. For the first time, I heard nothing. Silence. And in that silence, there was only one answer. It was a big, fat, undeniable no. Right there in that quiet moment on a nearly empty bus, I suddenly became fully aware of how poorly I had been treating myself, taking my body for granted, handing over my power to other people, and letting my circumstances control me. I realized relying on booze didn't work, holding on to the past didn't work, hating myself didn't work, and trying to please everyone, that never works. There's only one thing left for me to do: embrace the change I've been so afraid of. It's time to pick up a pen and rewrite my story. This time, I choose me. You see, Change is not what scares you, it's the uncertainty that comes with it. The fear of leaving behind what's familiar, even if it's been holding you back. But your dream, your hope, your possibility of a better life aren't born out of familiarity. They hide where you least expect them, like a mischievous kid excitedly waiting for you to uncover them in the unknown. At 27, I couldn't answer the simple question of what's my hobbies. At 32, I discovered not only my hobbies, but also my passions, my purpose, and a sense of who I really am. Yes, it took years of unlearning, stepping out of my comfort zone and letting go of who I thought I had to be, but it was worth it. All of this started that autumn morning when I decided that it was easier to face the fear of the unknown than to keep being the person I no longer recognized. And with that decision, I made a quantum shift from someone who took herself and her body for granted, playing a nobody side character in someone else's story, to someone who loves, honors, respects herself, and never stops seeking opportunities to grow and evolve, even if it means confronting uncertainty head on. But you know what? You don't have to wait until you no longer recognize yourself like I did to realize that something has to change. It begins with you being brutally honest about your current reality. How long have you been holding on to that sinking mud? If you had to answer right now, is it really okay to throw in the towel and accept that this is all there is to your life? Or is there something more waiting for you just one reality shift away?